thank you very much that we can organize this demo day and this meeting today. We have, as we know, 15 companies to present, and we have very, strict agenda. So if you want to say a few words about 360 one firm.
Sure, happy to. Well, I've enjoyed collaborating with Zbigniew. I guess it started with our shared interests in helping Ukraine, but it reopened my eyes to the opportunities in Poland and the value I think we can add as a global community is to help some of these Polish companies, some of you, scale, grow, access capital globally, but particularly probably in the United States, a key market for you. I'm here in New York. I'll be in Chicago next week. If anybody's in New York, we have a big conference in New York on the 10th. But what we look to do is we have a buy side. We have a club of investors that look for special deals. We raise capital. We connect to talent and business partners, and the business partners might be relevant for you. And then we help focus on philanthropy, optimizing how you strategize and use philanthropic resources. And that's comes from my 10 years in a family office, which was both magical and frustrating and dysfunctional. We want more magic, less dysfunction. So we have really this is sort of a an idea that we came up with a little bit last minute, but we wanted to provide a bit of a preview, and we're recording this because many people could not make it, to give them a sense of who's some of the dynamic companies coming out of Poland as you scale or enter the US. And yes, let's keep the trains on time.
Okay.
This is a big no, and have at it.
Yeah, so let's start. We start with AI clearing.
All right, thank you, Zbigniew. And a pleasure to be here. Let me just share the screen quickly.
One housekeeping, because we're part of a broker-dealer with compliance, just don't pitch for capital here. You can pitch the idea of your company, your market that you're approaching, etc. Just otherwise, I have to slap your hand or kick you under the table or something. I don't know.
No,
I'll try to avoid it by any means.
Thank you. Sorry.
You are sharing the presenter view, Michael.
You see my screen or not? Sorry.
I see it, and you're showing the next slides. Either way.
All right. So let me see if I can quickly. I have no idea how to change it, to be honest.
It's good enough. We see it.
Right.
AI clearing.
AI clearing operates in the construction industry, which is a beautiful chunk of $15 trillion of the global economy. And most precisely, we're operating in infrastructure construction, so anything but buildings. This is a little bit less than half of that. And if you look at that sector, you may know that as a regular, usual citizen, you only hear about those large projects if they're over budget or delayed. And the fact is that most of them are over budget and delayed. And the cost for it is that they're huge geographically. They can spread over miles and miles and miles of highway construction, or mile to mile, 10 miles to mile of solar farms construction. And the current practice of checking or measuring the progress is that people called quality surveyors are being sent to the site monthly. They measure roughly 5 to 10% for check. That's shown on this picture to explain how far it can go, and that's it. And they have to do it monthly because it's required for payments, settlement between contractors and asset owners. Additionally, if we think about the labor market in the US, for the last 4 years, twice as many engineers is retiring and coming to industry. And as you can see in the data, only 13% of them right now is less than 34 years old. I think the average is 52 or something. So that is a big blocking point for the infrastructure to develop. And thanks to the solar revolution, thanks to the Inflation Act, this part of construction wants to grow significantly. What we have developed is the AI-powered solution, which combines different data sources such as digital designs, so BIM or CAD, schedules like Microsoft Project or Oracle Primavera, and drone pictures turned into 3D models with inch accuracy to analyze it, all of that in a real time, less than 24 hours, which is in the construction world, real time, for all size and number of the projects. So no matter if client has project of 10 to 10 miles solar farm, or if he has 100 of those, the system is able to analyze and report back within this less than 24 hours. In fact, for solar, it's currently about 6 hours. Over the last 2 years, we also added to this solution mobile apps, which allow for more in-person quality checks. We don't want to remove people from the industry. We want them to be supported with AI assistant. So AI checks anything it's able to check on the basis of image data. And additionally, inspectors can add additional data, and are integrated together into reports we are producing.
You got one more minute.
Yeah, and that's enough. We're operating since 2020. We're based in Austin, Texas. However, most of us sits in Warsaw, Poland. We are 2 Polish founders, me and Adam, my CTO. We managed to work with most of the largest clients, both in the US and in Europe, in such verticals like renewables, civil, highways, pipelines, industrial, providing this new way of tracking progress. And our vision is to become a clearinghouse of the construction in the infrastructure. So becoming a trust party to confirm quality and delivery of works. I guess my time is off. Any questions?
We will keep just presentations, and Mark,
I think if we can try to do is try to do this in 4 minutes. So you have time for questions for the future speakers. But I think it's a huge space that you're going into, obviously, and I've seen some others, so you're not without competition. But thank you.
Okay, we move on.
Thank you.
I guess I'm the second one, as far as I remember.
Yep.
Thanks for having me. My name is Paul Lipinski, one of the founders and CEO at Taki AI. At Taki, we support healthcare providing organizations in communications with their patients. Voice is the dominant channel for communications between patients and hospitals or clinics. Vast majority of appointment bookings, prescription refills, and other processes happen over the phone, and it's actually not getting better over time. It's actually the experience that the patients are having is getting worse with time. So this is why we came up with automating this channel using, obviously, AI assistance. So what we do at Taki is we support those organizations and their patients in getting 24/7 availability of phone lines and those administrative services. We reduce staff turnover rates. We improve the no-shows. So we're impacting the whole area of interactions between patients and healthcare organizations. How do we help them? With our AI assistants, which integrate into the HR backend hospital systems, we improve doctor utilization, we prevent patient leakage, we bring also new business by doing preventive care outbound campaigns, and obviously we improve patient experience by giving patients round-the-clock access to the services they need. And this way, we help healthcare organizations both save money and make money. Everybody knows that this is the time for AI. So obviously, this is something that we are investing heavily in. We have our own AI division that's building the technology. And we're also making sure that from the security, because we're processing medical data, that from the security perspective and compliance perspective, everything is where it should be. We're building a technology which we want to become a market-defining technology by integrating with all major hospital systems, EHR systems. We're active in Poland and in the US. We integrate both with local Polish ones and local American solutions. The business model is based on subscription based and related to the patient call volumes that we process for a given organization, and around 90% of our revenue is recurring. We also our go-to-market strategy support with partnerships. We have partners both in the US and in Poland that support that was my cat, which help us with our presence in those two markets. On a team side, there's 3 of us, the vertical left part of the screen, 3 of us co-founders with a decent experience doing software products.
One minute, Paweł.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry.
I'm approaching the end. And also a very strong support in terms of US presence. We have over 70 enterprise clients, over $1 million ARR right now, with around 110% net dollar retention. We'll be raising Series A next year to grow more or less 4 times during that period and maximize our presence in the US, and obviously start being present.
Can I ask a question? Who's like the ideal US partner to help you grow?
Ideal partner to help us grow?
Other than capital. Yeah, just like what kind of profile of any business development relationships you're looking for?
It would be complementary software solutions. So, for example, we're talking right now with a company called Clara, which is a solution also for interacting with patients, but in other channels, or Orbita, another solution. So we're trying to find those partners where our solution is complementary to what they have. Also, long term, we're looking at partnering up with EHR vendors, which has been working extremely well here in Poland.
Okay, and I think, Zbigniew, we should talk about the health systems, particularly in the Midwest, that we're close to.
Perfect.
Okay, great. Noticed. Okay, so we follow with Allokai.
Hey everyone, my name is Patrick Friday. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Allokai. You can think of us being a guide to composable commerce. So a little bit about the company. We have more than 7,000 businesses that are up and running and using our product, more than 130 partners globally. We raised so far almost $40 million, more than 50 enterprise customers with ACV 72K and growing. When it comes to our ICP, we are really looking after large e-commerce companies with at least 100 million revenue. The bigger, the better, because our pricing is based on that. Both B2C and B2B segments. Minimum license fee as of this year is 65,000. Revenue model, 3-year deals. There are no exceptions. Usage-based pricing. The key metric is page views. Margin 70% and above, churn around 5%, and the biggest deal so far is with FBM, and that's 275,000 from US. The problem.
Can I just ask you, Patrick, what's the total revenue now, like run rate?
Total revenue is above 3.5.
Okay.
So the problem we are looking at is there are still a lot of companies out there that are stuck on legacy platforms. Commerce started more than 20 years ago, and many of them still didn't re-platform. They do want to upgrade, but it is extremely complex. It is extremely expensive. It is very hard to optimize for the right performance, and is extremely consuming to go live with. And I know about this because in the past, I was on the agency side, so we were delivering those projects. So the solution, we are helping customers to go composable faster, cheaper, and better. And you can think of us as conductor of customer experience. So we are the glue for composable commerce. So all the integrations are coming together. We are allowing customers to modernize existing stack without doing a full replatform. We are reducing front-end migration and development cost by 60%, delivering cloud-based performance-oriented architecture, and on the end, and that's the most important part, go live time by 50% reduction. So if you think of what you have to build when you decide to go custom, this is it, right? So you have to think of your design team, front-end dev team, back-end dev team, DevOps, marketing, merchandise, combine this, all of that together, and then deliver the project. This is extremely complex. So we created a new category called front-end as a service, and this has 4 key elements. Unified data layer, that's the abstraction layer. Allokai console and cloud, this is where we do deployment monitorings and improvements. Allokai storefront, this is where all the acceleration is coming from. And then Allokai Connect, this is where we integrate with all of the third-party vendors. So now, so you better understand without going into details, I'm going to use the orchestra analogy. So imagine you are a merchant, you are the composer, you are building the best customer experience. It's your job. Think of your developers as musicians. They're going to use our APIs, our docs, our code as their instruments. Think of us as a place where you're going to perform your composition, a philharmonic, right? We are delivering you DevOps, SecOps. Think of them as people responsible for lights, people responsible for sound, security, ticketing people. All of that is there. And on the end, we are in the middle, making sure that we are conducting the customer experience and all the components are coming very nicely together. And our mission is to guide and accelerate to build highly profitable front ends. And we are consolidating all of the key elements in one product, from design to integrations, to building, deployment, monitoring, and analysis on the end. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. And now we go with Kamil Bitfold.
Yes, good afternoon once again. Thank you for having me, and thank you, Zbyszek, for arranging this meeting. So let me just share my screen and my present, not this one, yeah. Please confirm if you see the presentation already.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, perfect, thank you. So as a legal notice, this material is only for information, promotional and advertising purposes. It's not consist any offer. I have a question. Is the world going to be less or more digital in upcoming years? I believe everybody here can answer that we're going to be more digital. Even if we see the market, this is US market along one of the Polish stock indices, we'll see that if we divide every indice or every product on US stock market or Polish for that matter by Fed balance sheet, we see that only few things are growing. Cryptocurrencies, in name of Bitcoin currently here on the chart, we see NASDAQ that is growing, and we see only S&P 500. Other things like real estate investment trusts and gold and TLTs, which are US treasuries, are going nowhere. Actually, you are losing money. Thanks to report from the City GPS, is showing us that by 2030, we'll see around of $5 trillion in tokenized assets. But there is one big issue with tokenized assets, private key, and that private key may be stolen. Every tokenized asset, or almost every tokenized asset, is built on blockchain ledger, which is extremely secure. However, private keys are as safe as user who protects it. So private keys are often stored on internet-enabled devices, which are prone to hacks, unfortunately. Or they are being stored on dedicated hardware wallets that are awfully inconvenient and very prone to attacking, and there are still look like pages. And we know nowadays pages are not so go-to solutions. So a few words about Bitfold. Bitfold raised already over $10 million. Roughly less than half was from EU grant, which was totally equity free, and the rest is coming from the private investors who are buying the equity in our Swiss company. We are a Swiss AG company, which is limited by shares. We have patented technology that is covering almost the whole northern hemisphere, with patent granted in Europe, in US, in Russia, even in Israel, in Japan. We have patent granted in Nigeria. Most of the important countries are already covered. Big finance is adopting blockchain. JP Morgan Chase has introduced euro-denominated payments. Societe Generale, French bank, is using crypto. Citigroup is using crypto. HSBC in UK is using crypto. Euroclear is using blockchain to settle the traditional securities. Franklin Templeton has a product on Polygon blockchain. PayPal recently launched PYUSD as a stablecoin. Finality is a project that settles the wholesale digital payments using sterling in Bank of England. So it's settling between the banks with the reserve currency. A MoneyGram and DTCC, which is main clearing house for US stock market, which is quite important that they acquired blockchain startups, securrency, and they are using now blockchain technology. Israel, just before the war, released the information that they're going to build a blockchain-based real estate register.
Emil, just one more minute, sorry.
Yeah, I think I have more, 5 more.
No, everyone has 5 minutes. Sorry.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
The Bitfault and AOT, it was by 10 minutes, Mark. So we are on time. It's still,
All right.
still 4 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a big news on top of the details. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. EU is introducing a digital ID wallet for the whole Europe. Smartphones are being hacked, so there are not proper solutions to store your private keys and vulnerable data or private keys or ownership of assets. Recently, even European Central Bank released procurement for offline payments with digital euro. So centralized digital currency that is going to be issued by central banks, CBDC. Cryptocurrency market is going to reach roughly 1 billion users around the globe by 2028. But there are problems. Either you have a comfort or safety. The devices are hard to use, and there are additional risks posed by the solution that we are usually using, PCs or phones. So are we doomed, and will society collapse if everything will move to blockchain? No, there is a solution, which is Bitfault. Bitfault is next generation hardware wallet that allows us to make a transaction using our patent solution, and the device is here. I'm showing to the camera. Can you see the device in the camera? Yes. So we built the next generation wallet that is built based on our own hardware. We also built our own operating system based on Linux kernel. So we are not using any Android or any other solutions. We just use some parts of Linux to have our own operating system. And we're going to bring the big breakthrough, because this device is being connected to the internet, but it consists of 3 separate computers that everything is being stored on the small iPhone-sized device where you can transact and securely keep your private keys stored or hardware module. It's using our virtual air gapping technology that is patented also in States, like I mentioned before. And that's why we can securely connect to the internet while not being afraid of somebody attacking or hacking our private keys. Our breakthrough technology consists of full hardware isolation of cryptographic keys. Also, the module where the keys are stored is never connected to the device that is being connected to the device. Hence, we have those 3 separate computers. We have dedicated Bitfault OS system. We have special protections against tampering with the device. We have an enhanced source of entropy for creating really strong seeds that are creating private keys after all. And we have special procedure called panic button that you can erase the device in the sense of danger, or even if you want to move abroad with your assets and you don't want to store them on the device while being checked. Premium design with wireless charging. We're going to implement also facial biometrics that we are working on. And we have big 5.5-inch screen. And the device is ultra fast. Our market nowadays is roughly $98 million, but it's roughly by the end of 2023, it was like that, so a little bit bigger nowadays. Our plans is to apart from making money on selling the device, which will cost roughly $2,000, is to provide proprietary freemium services. Also, our own application store, when we can charge like 30% of the revenue generated by third parties. We can onboard banks. We can onboard security providers. We can onboard any project that uses asymmetric cryptography. So we don't even need the application to be blockchain based. It can be regular banking, private banking, corporate banking. Usually the higher tier hands to the related to the. I have great team. We have great engineers. We have also Adam, who is on board on this call. Adam has 25 years of experience in producing different electronic devices and that are being shipped to over 120 countries. He sold over millions of devices worldwide in different fields. However, they were producing software and hardware within the same company. We have great engineers, especially Rafał, who is responsible for building our motherboard, and Marcin Chojnacki, who is a specialist on FPGA. I will maybe go a little bit into the details of the device. So you need to think about
Kamil,
yeah.
Sorry, Kamil.
Time is over.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for listening to me, and a great pleasure being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamil.
Thank you,
Okay,
Kamil.
so
Thank
we'll move
you.
to
See you.
Marek. Ayut, another 10 minutes.
It's 11:33 to
Yeah,
11:43.
we have 3 minutes delay, but we keep the timing.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so Aformic, the hardware software company, derives from Ayut, and this pedigree is very important because from 91 we are factory guys. Currently, Ayut is over 1,000 people, $100 million, and actually these engineers, 700 of them, they contribute to the solutions and like Aformic, and this is what drives the product that I will show. I've been in the company for over 23 years, and it is probably the fifth startup for me. And this one, of course, I wanted to make the right way. So we started 2018 with building the proprietary AMR and software to manage. And in 2020, we managed to get a landmark project from our customer, Toyota. And Aformic, the solution, has been selected out of 99 vendors across 22 countries to be the proposed solution for body in white on Toyota North America. So that was the entry point for our solution. And since that time, we have been gradually carving it out to make it a completely separate venture from Ayut this year. So Aformic is registered in South Carolina under our investment fund located in Poland. All is done from our own capital, and we design software, which is the main investment, hardware, and operations, so on-site installs, training, system integrators training, and production that is in Poland, and a service center in Duncan in South Carolina. Currently, the Aformic is delivering mainly to US, and still Toyota is our main customer. However, we experience a significant growth in both Europe and North America. So here you have three main markets, US and Canada, Germany and Poland. In terms, is it possible or forbidden?
Not today.
Not
Sorry.
today. Okay. So
It
we are
looks
growing
impressive.
fast.
Keep going. Yeah.
Thanks. So in terms of our form factors, most part of them still is that we do in-house. All the design, everything from a hardware and software perspective is in-house built. And also we start deploying third-party mechanical solutions, deploying our own IPCs and software. So this was gradually evolving. The main part of the system is software, the fleet manager, which we have ambition to become the central fleet manager for big companies, warehouse control system, and making these two together is a unique solution of bringing the intralogistics in under one roof. Of course, we have embedded version for the vehicle itself, powerful BI analytics, ability to integrate with location system, and easy configuration on all levels and integration. I couldn't resist by showing the live systems. So this is the example from our biggest customer, different processes where the line sign delivery of parts is effectively in takt time. So we are factory guys and the product has been designed for factory specifically. All kinds of form factors from a small one to big one. This one is 6 tons, the biggest in our fleet. State-of-the-art fleet manager, very easy configurable processes, and the system is solving the problem of delivery automatically. So this is not something we define. We define the problem, and system is deciding on taking the appropriate steps automatically. In terms of the strategy and the problem, first of all, there are many AMRs on the market, but typically these are not factory guys that are delivering them. So either these are rudimentary hardware units or the software guys who have no reality about the shop floor. So we combine both. We understand that the factory solution has to be specific because it works on the takt time. It is shared space for human-operated vehicles, team members, and AMRs. There is no place for staging. So line sign delivery, when you swap the empty to full dolly, there is no place to do it. So you have to predict the process. And it has to be extremely vertically integrated, meaning the control system up to OT, IT, MES, etc. Combining the central fleet manager intralogistic, it's a unique approach that we have taken. And interoperability, ease of integration, plus private 5G. The screen you see here is our units are already working at the private 5G that we have in the workshop. This is thanks to courtesy of our partners from Taiwan. Second is that we want to create from AMRs Tesla-like experience. If you look at Tesla, this is considered software company, but the main differentiator is how the service is managed. So if you don't rely on third-party service points. It is all service centrally in a very convenient manner, and this is what we want to provide for our customers. So open book self-service is one option, but the other option is that we can manage all remotely, plus on-site service with our personnel. And yes, we want to do it globally. And of course, needless to say, it's all powered by AI. However, as AI, we are very specific applications that we consider. So we use extensively vision system for detecting the empty, full dollies, tots, etc. For generating orders. So we predict what will be the future demand. Doing all kinds of staging, planning, reassignment, etc. So this is how we see from technical perspective. Where it comes to strategy, please don't take this revenue as a realistic. It's just a sketch demonstrating the proportion of each element. So first of all, the strategy is to optimize, to focus on customer value. Actually, we are not that into the technology when we speak to customer, but about giving the reliable KPIs. optimized by AI, but AI is just an engine that we use. We want to provide responsibility for entire life cycle for the product with well-defined total cost of ownership and ability to integrate and updates on ongoing. The lifetime of the asset is 10 years plus. Interoperability and standardization is something that we are working on because it's still ongoing. That's why, as you see on the maturity chart, we are still on the early stage of growth, I would say. Actually, the same, if you see the slide, 99 vendors applied for Toyota tender. It is unrealistic to have in every mature industry. And of course, as a vehicle itself, we want to gradually shift to third-party hardware to remove this burden. It is necessary for us to maintain this competency since customization, and sometimes we have to build our own version, but gradually we want to utilize best value product from the mass production company doing mass production, and maintain the open software to integrate and ability to configure on all level. Do you have any questions?
Okay. The idea was that we have summary and questions at the end. So thank you, Mark, and we move on.
Thank you.
Linker.
Thanks.
Okay. Let me know if you can see the screen.
Yep. Good.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Wojciech, and I'm a CEO of Linker Cloud. What we do, we are like a purely software company. We build a SaaS platform for logistics, basically e-commerce and distribution logistics. We try to provide one common solution for typical problems that you can face while fulfilling the orders for typically for B2C and e-commerce. Infrastructure for the e-commerce fulfillment is very complicated, although it might seem not so. But you have to connect with e-commerce platforms, marketplaces. Very often you deal with multi-channel sales. You've got warehouses, they have their own systems, they have shipping providers, invoicing systems, ERPs, everything that you need to connect together to make the fulfillment process easy and flexible. And we do all of that in one platform. So first of all, we provide integration that you can connect all of those channels. On top of that, we are able to orchestrate the communication between the systems. So you can make the processes flexible and configurable, which means that you can optimize the cost of your operations, even in your warehouse, because we can also provide some tools for your operations in your warehouse. So generally, you can see it as an order management and warehouse management solution for e-commerce logistics. Typically, the infrastructure we basically work with e-commerce retailers, third-party logistics operators, so everyone who is running their own warehouse, and it's somehow connected with e-commerce operations. It's not necessarily their own e-commerce operations, but it might be for anyone else. So we are able to streamline and simplify the processes. We are able to onboard new customers very quickly because we provide all of the integrations implemented by our platform directly. We provide flexible pick and pack solutions, so everything is basically available on mobile devices in the warehouse itself. You can access data basically live, so you have full information about the process. You have full information about transparency between the every party that is somehow related or involved in the process. And as you probably know, the fulfillment process, it's getting more and more difficult right now, since all of the marketplaces are pushing providers quite a lot in terms of managing all of the timelines. We are able to optimize the operations up to 50%, including the efficiency and including also the cost of operations. One of our biggest customers basically optimize all of the e-commerce processes, multi-channel and cross-border processes by 30%. It goes into millions of euros. Having one solution, low risk, because it's a stable platform, trusted, and basically coming with its own infrastructure. We're having quite a lot of experience from the last years of operations with many operations. So we also provide not only the software, but also the know-how and knowledge necessary to manage the fulfillment processes. It's a quick launch, so very easy to connect to our platform due to our SaaS architecture. And we also have like a great network of warehouses that we can provide for our customers as partners.
Okay. Wojtek, is it?
Yep, that's it. I try to have it brief. So if any questions pop up, I'm happy to answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And we follow with Ready Code. Wojtek, you have to switch.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Wojtek, switch off the presentation. Okay, great.
Okay, does it work?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Okay, awesome. My name is Julius, and I'd like to talk to you about Ready Code. And our mission is to bring the missing infrastructure for user-generated content in games that in turn empowers creator economies in games. And to quickly give you a background on what is going on in games right now. So in recent years, games are really undergoing this disruption by UGC, and they're moving from this closed medium, where it's the game developer that provides all the content and players are merely just consumers, to this more open creative platform model, where not only the game developers provide content, but also individual players, but also third parties such as generative AI startups. Communities can be formed around user-generated content. So, for instance, community servers. And with that model, game developers kind of see longer sales and a lot of other benefits. And you can really see that in numbers. So these numbers are from just one hosting platform that shows you kind of number of downloads. And we're talking about billions of mods or UGC items kind of downloaded each year. And what is the problem with UGC? Well, basically, the main problem is that shipping UGC-enabled games, so games that can accept content from the outside from players, is really hard from a technical point of view. And the result is that for many games, this either gets canceled, or when the tools are eventually shipped, they are hard to use and they can only be really accessed by a small percentage of players. And we believe at Ready Code that we can make a dent in solving this most important problem in UGC in games right now, which is empowering game studios to really ship those UGC-enabled games more easily. And that incorporates all the different technical aspects of this problem, which is going from creation toolkits, so basically shipping tools that people can use to create new content for games, through UGC management, so making sure mods are compatible with each other and they can be distributed using one of the many available platforms easily, up to forming community multiplayer servers where those servers can be UGC enabled and customized in a way that the specific community wants, and that can even lead to monetization opportunities that I'm going to talk about in a second. And finally, being able to integrate with and take advantage of all the different third-party services, such as generative AI services that allow people to create custom models, custom even behaviors, custom textures, things like that. So our solution is fully featured. It covers different game genres, and it also not only covers superficial things like content creation, but also more advanced features such as scripting, user scripted behavior, so creating new game modes and things like that. It integrates with all the major game engines. It can be also integrated with a custom game engine, which is more challenging but possible. And ever since we introduced a entry-level solution that we call Ready Boost, we are really seeing faster and faster growth. To give you a sense, our first customer, it took us many months to close, and now this month we are projecting we'll be able to close 6 major customers, and these are major game studios, not small indie game studios, but major names that are out there. In terms of our business model, there are 2 main pillars of it. There is a subscription business model that covers just using the creation toolkit to ship UGC-enabled games. It comes in 2 varieties: an entry-level solution, which is called Ready Boost, and a fully featured game solution that allows game studios to develop their own custom creation toolkits for the community, which is called Ready Code. And we also have a revenue share pillar, which covers our integration with multiplayer services. So being able to create a custom UGC-enabled community server and then take 30% transaction of every transaction that's being monetized through such a server. In terms of our team, the founder team comes from kind of 2 different backgrounds. One is me coming from game development background, and Michael comes from modding. Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you. And switch off the presentation, and we go to SkyEngine AI. Is Bartek with us? I cannot see Bartek. Is anyone from SkyEngine? No. Okay, so we move to Stetomi in this case.
Yes, I'm here. You should see my presentation in a moment. Yes. Great to be here. Thank you for having me here. And I'm Paweł from Stetomi. Stetomi is an AI lung care solution which transforms home care for parents and children. Come on. Yeah. I'm the father of two daughters, and I spend many unnecessary visits in doctor's office worrying about this small cough and wanting to check whether this is only a small cough or is it something serious. It's often happened during family vacations or during the night or during the weekends where access to the doctors it's not easy. So many parents have been there. And in the world, there are over 1 billion families facing the same challenges. They are spending statistically 40 hours yearly on those non-urgent visits. And 72% of those visits tends to be unnecessary from doctor's perspective. From doctor's perspective, I mean, because nothing happens with the patient, but from parents' perspective, they need an answer on their doubts. And those numbers are only for non-chronic diseases. With chronic diseases like asthma, for example, those numbers are even higher. And that's why we introduced Stetomy, the home care solution to make a lung care possible. Stetomy is electronic stethoscope connected with the mobile application, which guides you through the whole process. You just have to place the stethoscope on your chest in the indicated point, and you are getting the instant answer on the results. You can share them with your doctor. We are detecting sounds characteristic for many diseases like asthma, laryngitis, bronchitis, pneumonia, COVID, COPD, 7 parameters: wheezes, bronchi, fine crackles, coarse crackles, respiratory rate, inspiration, expiration ratio, and heart rate. And those results are presented in the form of the interactive report, where you can see the red light here. So there is a problem with your lungs detected, and each point has its own detailed analysis, where you or the doctor can listen to those sounds, can see how much of those abnormalities were detected, so how big is the problem, and can see with the precision of 10 milliseconds what type and where exactly those abnormalities were detected. So it allows you to diagnose and monitor your health. Stetomy is an ecosystem. There is a solution for family, there is a solution for chronic diseases like asthma, there's a platform for clinics and integration capabilities to integrate it within existing solution in the GP office or in the hospitals. Our solution already have the recommendation, official recommendation of this from the Society of Allergology and Pediatric Pulmonology, based on our accuracy, where we proved in American Journal Annals of Family Medicine, where we achieved 93% of accuracy in detecting exacerbation in asthma, and many other from 13 scientific publications we have. We are first in the world so broadly certified AI medical device class 2A connected to the lung problems. We are honored that doctors sees the value in this solution, but the greatest thing is that parents love us, our patient loves us. We achieved 72 NPS score. There are publications showing that Stetomy already gives the value for the healthcare system. We can minimize up to 80% of unnecessary visits in hospitals, emergency rooms, and doctors' offices in many different diseases. So we are minimizing the tension on the healthcare system. Right now, we are following the world trends of consumer medical devices in consumer electronics channels. That's why we are in many different consumer electronics channels, in pharmacies, in Apple Premium Reseller stores. So this is those are places where Stetomy is already available. But also we are working with the distributors to be sold by clinics as well. And those are numbers how we want to achieve the hundreds of thousands units in the market. In EU, we are focusing on the B2C. There is nearly 50 million families with kids. In EU, we have already certification here, and we know how to deliver those numbers. Next steps is to obtain the FDA certification, to approach through the reimbursement codes, already existed reimbursement codes in the US, on the US market. There are some competitors, but none of them are working completely on lung problems with the home solution. So we are the only in the world proving that objectivizing lung care is something what is already on the market. And the team, there are the IT specialists, there are scientific specialists like Konrad and Jędrzej, Professor Jędrzej, who are from the acoustic point of view, the best ones who can work on this. We have a medical advisory board with Professor Emeryk from Poland and Professor Michael Fayon from France, and we have commerce advisor Rafał, who help us to put it on the market in EU in consumer electronic stores. We believe that Stetomy will be in every home where care begins. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Paweł. And we move to DevSkiller, Kuba.
Yes, Paul, if you can stop sharing the screen, thanks.
Trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Great. So yeah, hello everyone. Thanks for having me here. I'm Jacob. I'm a CEO and founder of DevSkiller. And DevSkiller is a SaaS platform for skills management. We are already around $2 million in ARR, and we have customers in 90 countries so far, including the industry leaders from different sectors. And the problem that is here is that currently, not only due to AI that was mentioned like already many times today, but also due to automation, the rate of change is outpacing the company's ability to catch up with the talents they have in the company. And there are, of course, many proofs of that. It's said that there will be 1 million job gaps only in digital skills by 2029. 2 million almost job openings just in US for data scientists, analysis. Almost 1 million engineers needed by financial sector in US by 2029. And that's, of course, the huge issue. The issue is so huge that it's not possible to close it using this standard classical approach when we post a job ad and we hire people from the market, because many of these job positions that we need are just emerging, and they were not existing a few years ago. That's why the reskilling demand is growing significantly. It's said that it will be around $460 billion in 2029, and only the area for the human capital management software will grow to $56 billion in 2013. And this huge opportunity divides into a few smaller problems. So basically, they are related to companies having no visibility on skills they have, especially related to the internal and institutional skills they have. Then it leads to inefficient learning management and also like being able to catch up with this transition and digital transformation. And thanks to that, there is a new area and a new category of the skills that is yielding right now, because so far we were focused on the HR management system that is very clumsy area. And right now there is a new category based on the skills management systems that, as you can see, there are not a lot of companies, with the plural side being a leader, mostly due to B2C approach. And we are focusing on the B2B market. And what we do is that we deliver ready-to-use recipes to build and manage the career paths, reskilling paths, and ensuring that you can build all of the skills and competencies that you need internally and analyze them using a data-driven approach. One of the most important things is when we talk about the people and we talk about the skills, then we need to ensure that the quality, and in this data-driven approach, the quality of the data is high enough to ensure that it will provide us to the right conclusions. And we do that by providing employee value. So we believe that it's not possible to ensure the high quality of data if you force people to do something, but if you give them the value, if you give them the opportunity to develop themselves, to learn, and like treat a career in your company more like a climbing wall, when you can go to different directions and do like some horizontal promotions and learn, then we'll ensure that the data here will be up to date. And we already have successful implementations here, Orange being one of the biggest telecoms in Europe using our software. And as you can see, even a company having like, 15,000 of employees can get value. The barrier to entry, the approach that we have is very low. On average, the onboarding, so the self-assessment employees do in our platform, takes just 21 minutes. And they achieved with almost 15,000 users, 98% completion rate, which shows that basically all employees working on a daily basis in the company were able to assess their skills, build their skills profile, and treat our solution as a, let's say, the internal LinkedIn, when they can showcase their skills and when they can be visible for any internal mobility programs. And the main thing about that is that our approach allows you to build a win-win strategy between what the company needs, so the skills that company needs to develop and the skills that employees want to learn and they want to develop. And that's the most important area here. So yeah, thank you very much for that. I'm pretty sure I was on time.
Thank you.
Thanks for that.
And we go to Radek, Omnivisor.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you see me? And now I'm
Yes.
sharing the screen. Give me a second. Screen number 2, and with sound. Okay, are we online?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So hi, my name is Radek Biszkont, and I am the CEO of Omnivisor, a proactive AI for companies that is designed to help business leaders make better decisions. So what problem are we solving? Leaders often lack insights into the full impact of their decisions and struggle to measure its outcomes. So despite having access to vast amount of data, they frequently don't know how to turn it into appropriate actions or fully understand the long-term consequences of the choices. So what is the solution? Omnivisor integrates internal company data and external information to provide real-time personalized recommendations. By delivering comprehensive analysis, it forecasts trends, prevents risks, and reveals the full implications of decisions that were previously difficult to measure. So what is our competitive advantage? Omnivisor predicts potential challenges and future events before they arise, enabling leaders to act proactively, adjusting their strategies rather than act reactively. So Omnivisor transforms the way businesses' decisions are made, helping companies save money, grow, and achieve market leadership. And moving to the solution, to the demo, how this business leaders can interact with such an AI for companies. They can talk with it. How many products do I have in my offer?
You have 39 different products in your offer.
Okay. And this is talking, because this is also a mobile application as well as desktop application. So you can talk or you can chat with it. And there's some examples of how this AI can help. It can help with knowledge retrieval, so getting information within your organization from all the data there is. Like, this is an example of a company that produces furniture. Find 2 products with highest number of units sold. We have the answers. For one of these products, find 6 months with highest number of units sold. We have the answers. So question, answer, question, answer. This is augmented knowledge retrieval within the company. Then we can search and analyze the challenges that the company has. Like, are there any challenges in the workforce area? And the AI for the company, yes, has found some challenges. Then we can focus on the 2 of them, like number 1 and number 2, absentees and overtime. And then the AI gives you the solutions. I asked for 3 solutions to solve these 2 problems. I received some ideas. Then I asked the AI, okay, but now choose the one that has the greatest impact on the margin. So, and create an action step-by-step plan that will help me solve these challenges. So the AI created the plan, did some ROI because I asked for it, did some total cost, and has predicted the savings that I will have, or the margins that I will earn more thanks to implementing this solution. So we can ask about anything. For instance, when we try to find some anomalies in production process for this company, it found some anomalies. And then I asked to correlate and find correlation for this situations with other data, finding the products that were responsible on production for some delays and different problems. So we can find different answers, different solutions. I would like to finish with one example, like predicting the impact of changes or decisions that we make. I've asked what would happen if we had a perfect production last year for this company, it analyzed, we would earn many $1 million more. And the real life example of this is that for a company that provides security services for chains of shops, and this security company has over 20,000 employees, we have proved that our AI saves around 15 cents on every hour of work of every employee every day, which sums up for this company for savings around 10 million per year. So Omnivisor is a proactive AI tool designed for business leaders and managers. It does not require any technical skills to operate. This proactive AI analyzes all company data and surrounding business environment, creating value and cutting costs or increasing efficiency. We have clients and we are actively onboarding new ones. Current team consists of permanent 15 members. 70% of this team is focused on technical aspects of the product. There are 3 founders, one responsible for technology, one responsible for investment and legal area, and one, this is me, responsible for sales and growing the general value of business. So our goal is to enable businesses to transform their management processes through AI. We achieve this through being an everyday and main application needed to run business, effectively making outdated solutions like business intelligence, ERP systems, and others such like this obsolete. Thanks a lot for listening, and I hope you liked it.
Yep. Thank you, Radek. And we move to Signal.
I try to share my screen.
Cannot see it.
Okay.
Here it comes. There it is.
Can you see us?
Yes.
Okay, so welcome everyone to today. I'm excited to introduce you to Signalo, where we specialize in reducing costs to innovate our own IT solutions. So our solutions are dedicated mostly for manufacturers and warehouses. Problem with this presentation. Okay. So here we have our clients, our customers, and you can see that it is mostly automotive manufacturers, but we can serve any type of production because we have a very good experience in it, and many of our tools are cost reducing and also for improved processes, also for reducing resources needed to operation. So going to our solution, first of all, is Signalo tool is Forklift. Forklift is addressed for the communication issues that often plague internal logistics. Our system operates like Uber for forklifts, dynamically assign tasks to drivers and providing real-time reporting. It works simply like this. Each operator has their own tablet inside the forklift, and where they can see current task. If they are available, they take on the task and complete it. After completing it, they report in the system, and this results in improved efficiency, fewer errors, and reduced cost across the board. So another one is Andon system. This is a system for ensure effective communication. It improves communication between production teams and departments like maintenance and quality control or logistics. We provide a harmonic system that allows for immediate task execution and advanced reporting. This system drastically reduces downtime, which in turn helps lower operational costs. For our analytics tools, our clients can monitor task completion and spot trends that may lead to inefficiencies. By simplifying communication, we help companies maintain smoother, most cost-effective production process. Another system is CMMS system, is for maintenance management system. Its system helps prevent production losses caused by equipment breakdowns and inefficient maintenance. We provide real-time monitoring on production machines using advanced sensors, offering predictive alerts to avoid downtime. Our system also automates advanced sensors, offering predictive alerts to avoid downtime. Our system also automates the processes of ordering parts, ensuring that clients are always prepared to address any issues. And by calculating the cost efficiency of each machine, we help our clients make data-driven decisions that optimize their operations. This approach leads to greater efficiency and significant cost savings. Another system is competency management software, Skills Matrix. So Skills Matrix helps companies ensure that only qualified employees are operating machinery. We provide real-time monitoring of employee competences, allowing clients to manage and schedule staff based on their skills levels. Our system can even block access to machines that untrained employees, reducing the risk of accidents and inefficiencies. By automating this process, we help business maintain a safer and more productive workplace. Another one is Kluwer.
One minute.
It's employee suggestion system. It simplifies the process of gathering employee suggestions, particularly regarding safety, efficiency, compliance. And we offer a mobile-based system where employees can submit reports using their phones or QR codes. This speeds up the reporting process and ensures there's no critical feedback it missed. With our system, you can engage your team more effectively and tap into their ideas for continuous improvement. This approach leads to quicker decision-making and more responsive organization culture. So we are looking for contacts in US to IT companies which can complementary software, maybe also for consulting companies which has a contacts to manufacturers and also directly contacts to manufacturers, to clients like this, which we serve globally, but located in US. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we go to Prosoma. We cannot hear.
Can you hear me now?
Now it works.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. My name is Andrzej Jączyk. I'm a medical doctor by background. However, for the last 10 years, I've been running tech companies. I'm based in LA. And I'm subbing here for my co-founder, Marek. I'm the head of the US operations for Prosoma. And Prosoma is a digital therapeutics company. We created it to empower cancer patients on their challenging journey through cancer. We help them by delivering them essential mental health and quality of life support. And our Living Well is our flagship product that is the CBT device, CBT-based therapy that is reimbursed already in Germany. And right now we are working on bringing it to the US market. So we started our journey back in 2020, 2019. Through the years, we managed to jump through all of the regulatory hoops, register the device as a medical device in Europe and in the US, and establish reimbursement in the DACH countries. This year is our first year of sales. We will close the year with probably more than 1.2 first year of sales with probably $1.2 million in what we are doing is we're solving the problem that most of the cancer patients after the diagnosis don't receive proper supportive care in form of psychologist, mental health support, quality of life support, dietitians, physiotherapists. This is a global problem. Whether we work with patients in Germany or in the US, most of them will not get access to this help. It's due to the lack of necessary personnel, geographic barriers, and also monetary barriers. This generates not only tons of unnecessary suffering for patients, but also causes healthcare systems and insurance to lose tons of money along the way in the process. So living well is clinically validated, CE marked, FDA cleared digital intervention. Sorry, not FDA cleared, the FDA allowed the digital intervention that comprises of digital therapeutic in form of a mobile app and assisted with telecoaching solutions that delivers self-care support to cancer patients. We are on our way of updating the product, upgrading the product to be the most comprehensive cancer support solutions, allowing healthcare system to implement healthcare systems and insurers to implement this kind of support for their members at scale. As I said, we are a patient-centric company. We've shown in multiple clinical trials that we help clinically lower depression and anxiety of cancer patients. But on top of that, we help insurers and providers to reduce the cost related to care. We are also working with corporate partners like pharma, like Daiichi Sankyo, or nutrition like Danone to help them to better service their clients. We have already completed 3 RCT type clinical trials. Right now, we're finishing the 4th one in the US, showing the clinical improvement in depression and anxiety. Also, we have serviced right now more than 1,500 paid cancer patients in Germany, and our real-world data shows both improvement, mental health metrics, quality of life metrics, but also exceptional adherence. So our main business model for DACH countries in Europe is reimbursement. We have direct B2B contracts with largest payers in Germany. So the payers reimburse the products for their members. This allows us to distribute the product without the need of prescription. So shortening the typical sales cycle of prescription digital therapeutics of being around 3 weeks in Germany to around 10 minutes for us. So patient can see an ad online and start interacting with the app, and we get reimbursed within 10 minutes. In the US, we focus on B2B, working with healthcare systems and as the next step, insurers. I will come back to this a little later. Okay, actually right now. So we have successfully, in the US, we have entered collaboration with large healthcare systems like Cedars-Sinai, Memorial Sloan Kettering, Mainline Health, Memorial Care. These systems buy the solutions to save money that they lose on cancer patients developing depression and anxiety, which are extremely costly complications leading to more than twice increase of costs related to cancer care. We are also on the way of opening of using CPT codes for CPT codes by reimbursement for practices, and some of our, and we also distribute the product directly to patients. We have, regarding our tractions, we have deals with some of the largest insurers in DACH countries, including Technische Krankenkasse, which is the largest insurer in Germany. We also have CSS, which is the largest insurer in Switzerland. Right now, we have about 20% of coverage of the market in Germany, actually 25 right now. Plan to be around 40% coverage next year. In the US, we started a little bit later in the US, but we are running our pilots and programs with leading cancer centers in United States. Right now, this year, as I said, this year we're planning to close with around 1.2 million revenue. We're at about $360 of average lifetime value per patient.
Okay. Andrzej, we have to finish because you spent your time. So last
I
sentence.
got lost if I had 5 or 10 minutes, so sorry for that. So if anybody knows healthcare systems or insurers in the US that they can put us in touch with, that would be our ask. And we also are closing our round day, and we have one last more ticket, but I shouldn't supposed to say that, all right?
Okay, we move to Demo Boost, please.
Hey everybody, thanks for having me. Let me start sharing my screen. All right, this should be up now. Yeah, so thanks for having me. My name is Pavel, and I'm here with Demo Boost. Exciting to share you a little bit more about our company. But to talk about our company, we first have to start talking about the space that we play in. So we play in a category called demo automation. In short, this means helping B2B software companies, like plenty of you are here, with how you show, explain, sell your software applications in sales and marketing and customer success. It's a new, fast-growing category, established last year at Gartner by G2. It's an answer to some of the B2B trends that you're seeing yourself in sales and in buying, which are both getting more complex. It's more competitive. And actually, with these trends, we saw that companies found an amazing solution already, and that's having amazing expert technical salespeople, solution engineers who are both a product expert and a great salesperson who can explain all of that throughout the funnel to your buyers, how amazing your solution is. However, the issue is they do not scale. They face a lot of issues. All this complexity around buying and selling leads to worse sales results and buyers. That's why we see actually the number one request coming from people who are involved in demos in SaaS companies that, hey, I just want to reduce my repetitive tasks so I can be more creative, more strategic with my customers. And that's why we're building Demo Boost. In short, it's a complete demo automation platform. And think about it like this. It enables anybody from an intern to a salesperson to the CEO to be a product expert in front of their customer, to run the most amazing demo, to explain all the functionalities, to provide the best experience for the buyer, for the customer in the form of a shared trial or a sandbox or a POC, and do all of this in minutes without any tech skills. In practice, it works like this, that you can use a number of modules in Demo Boost to showcase your product in the best possible way. From tours that are clones of your product, they look and feel like the real product, but they can be guided and narrated, to video, which is pretty self-explanatory, showing how your product works that is best for collateral sharing, to sandbox, an amazing alternative to a trial or a POC where you can set up a personalized trial or a POC environment in one click, or overlay if you want to have a deep dive with a customer, a 2-hour workshop, and you can personalize your application, your real live code to a particular customer or scenario without any technical skills in seconds. And part of all of this, what we're building, is part of the vision and what we're building towards, which is throughout our evolution, we saw that there's this opportunity to actually create this, what we call this product or demo revenue intelligence platform or system of record, the Demo OS, for companies to create the most amazing experiences around their product, AI first, connect all those interactions across all teams, and then also create this first ever data lake and uncover the insights into how is it best to showcase your product in a live presentation, in a POC, in a trial, in onboarding. And that's what we're building. And we're very grateful to see that, as we're building this towards this vision, our customers are happy, the revenue is clicking. We're, a young company, less than 3 years old there, but we see this year, as we kind of evolved into building this Demo OS, the revenues have doubled in the first 6 months. We're on track to do 3x plus in 12 months, over 500K in ARR, and some great customers that are happy with us at NPS 73% that are working with us. And together with them, we're building towards this category, because if you think about it, it's pretty interesting. I mean, with go-to-market technology, kind of everything is already figured out, quote unquote. I mean, we figure out CRMs, they're a huge category. Sales and automation is figured out. We have AI SDRs these days. And yet demos, even though they're proven to be super successful, and very impactful for your win rates, for sales cycles, churn. They are still a manual process at companies with zero insights. So we believe it's this big opportunity. We were doing this before ourselves as a team because we all come from Salesforce and other SaaS organizations when we were actually doing these demos ourselves. You know, we felt the pain, and now we're here building this towards this future. So we're looking for amazing partners. We already have quite a bit of customers in the US. But always, you know, it's a great market for us, and we'd love to expand there further. So anybody who's a go-to-market SaaS company or who knows customers in the SaaS space that are scaling, we'd love to be in touch.
Thank you, Pavel. And the last but not least presentation, SolveMed.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'll be sharing the screen momentarily. I hope you can see the first slide and you can see it in the full screen mode.
Works.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. I hope you still have energy for this last presentation. It will be my pleasure to introduce SolveMed. My name is Michael Włodarski. I'm the founder and COO of SolveMed. We are a neuroscience AI company, and we work at the moment primarily in the area of pupil testing. You're probably all familiar with a clinician, a doctor, checking patients' pupils with a pen light. Well, in fact, pupil testing is an essential part of the neurological exam. It is performed across the full continuum of care by doctors, by nurses, by assistant physicians, by paramedics. The pupils in your eyes are a window into your brain. Testing your pupils, so looking at the pupil size and its reactivity, how it reacts to light, is a convenient and a non-invasive way to test the neurological status of the patient. It is useful in conscious and unconscious patients, and it is a very affordable way to objectively neuromonitor patients, so to monitor the neurological status of patients. And at the moment, pupillometry or pupil testing is performed with suboptimal methods and tools, which you can see on the left-hand side. Either medical pen lights are used. Essentially, a nurse or a clinician shines light with a pen torch into the eye. This is a very subjective method with low accuracy. Or conventional infrared pupillometer is used. You can see it on the left-hand side. And these machines are very expensive, first of all. They show errors in different ambient light conditions. So depending on the amount of light in the room, they're very slow to use. They require consumables, and they do not connect with the broader infrastructure of the hospital. So they require manual transfer of results into the electronic medical record, which is time consuming. So we address all of those challenges. We developed what we call AI pupillometry system, which you can see in the middle. It is a software as medical device product, FDA, Food and Drug Administration listed product. First of all, it is reliable in any environment. It can measure pupil size and reactivity reliably in any ambient light conditions. It's very cost efficient. There are no consumables. It's always ready at hand to be used. And most importantly, it integrates with the hospital's IT infrastructure. And this way, it saves huge amounts of time to the nursing teams. We apply a value-based pricing model, meaning we charge on a per-test basis. So this way, we can match the need for pupil testing. And our model also supports scaling. This means that, well, we can start with a intensive care unit where there is a lot of pupil testing performed, but because we charge on a per test basis, our solution is cost effective also in an environment like an emergency department where fewer tests per patient are performed. We target the US market. First of all, we start with neuro ICUs, so neurocritical care units. We will expand to other types of ICUs, for example, trauma centers and stroke units. And because we operate on a smartphone and can be used reliably in any conditions, we want to expand further, even beyond hospitals, and be used, for example, by paramedics in ambulances and critical care teams in helicopters. And this will expand the pupilometry market tremendously. At the moment, we are deploying to our first clients in the US, and expect to be used by the first 2 healthcare systems by end of this year. In summary, the kind of value we offer to health systems: first of all, clinical value with superior accuracy and reliability. Importantly, we make use of an existing clinical pathway, so there is no need to change medical practice with us. And we perform reliably in any environment. Number 2, financial, as I mentioned, with our value-based pricing and no device costs. We reuse existing infrastructure, meaning the iPhones, and no consumables. We are extremely cost effective. And in fact, we offer cost reduction compared to traditional methods I described earlier. And third, we offer efficiency and workflow improvements. We reduce test times. We send results automatically to the EMR. So we actually save 2 hours of staff time per typical ICU over a 7-day patient stay. There are other advantages as listed at the bottom of this page, but these are the top 3. We have an incredible team. Our CEO is a Thiel Fellow, and our CTO is an accomplished repeat founder who sold a business in our space previously. And there are other incredible individuals, some of whom you can see on this slide. We always look for partners in investors. We look for expertise in healthcare and contacts at health systems, especially to clinical champions who can help us commercialize our solution. So I'll end here. Happy to answer any questions. I hope this was interesting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Michał. So thank you all for the presentations and a good timing. And I'm not sure if Mark still is with us. Yeah, Mark.
A lot of AI, a lot of healthcare, health tech.
Yeah, that's a very nice group of companies. Mark, could you tell, because as you mentioned, we will share these records with all the community. And do you have any idea how many investors and people you can have with us in Chicago? Just to invite more and more companies, because not all of them are coming to Chicago.
Right. Well, this is helpful to catalyze more people to come. And I'm thinking also, maybe we can talk about whether we have a Zoom element, if that's possible. Now, I think you get your usual Chicago crowd, and then we'll have some people who are flying in for this. I probably put it at, a total of like 40, 50. We're just trying to follow up with everybody right now. We have a big event in New York I was mentioning earlier. If anybody wants to join that is on Thursday. And we have a tradition of, before our events, we play ping pong. So we have an event on Wednesday on the 9th, and in Chicago, similarly on the 17th. And we go to Spin, if you haven't heard of Spin. But anyway, so we'll do that informally. And then, but this is very helpful to help, make the case, right? I think I was in Miami, and I keep making this point. I think there's an arbitrage that maybe not the people in this call, but a lot of the people I meet, Polish versus, other cultures, you tend to deliver, but you don't talk about it. You don't promote yourselves like some cultures do. Not everybody. I can see that some people have no problem with it on this Zoom here. But I think there's a real opportunity then if we what I'm hearing also is, you know, you're good at creating product, maybe building it in your local. You have a huge market, which is good and bad. If you go to the Baltics, they don't have a local market, so they can't afford. They set up a U.S. office immediately. Whereas you can sort of rely on this growing in your market. But by the time you come to us, I think it's a great opportunity because you've already scaled, and now you've. The question is, are you ready to embrace them? Many people on this call are in Austin or they're in LA, so that's already a good sign. So, you know, whether it's this event or down the road, what we're trying to also do is create a fund that can, you know, fill a gap here that I see, a capital gap.
Yeah, we see that. We also believe it's a really great opportunity for Polish, not only startups, but also for the growing companies to enter the US market. And we want to help. So I hope that we'll meet in Chicago all together. And are there any other questions from the audience? Whoever wants to ask?